presenting the 26th EY Entrepreneur of the Year Awards, Shapers of India's Future.
Hello and welcome to the fourth and final webisode of Shapers of India's Future series, where we celebrate the visionaries driving India's growth and the winners of the EY Entrepreneur of the Year 2024 India Awards. I'm Shireen Bhan. We begin today with a leader who's revolutionized the consumer products industry. Pradeep Rathod, chairman of Cello World, has built one of India's most trusted household brands, offering innovative and high-quality products across categories. Under his leadership, the company launched more than 700 new products in FY24 alone. Let's take a look at his story.
From a family business in Mumbai in 1982 to a multi-category pan-India powerhouse, Pradeep Rathod's journey began with a vision and a dream. Inspired by Europe, crafted in India, and built on the pillars of quality, affordability, and trust, today Cello is more than a brand. It's a symbol of innovation, purpose, and enduring excellence.
I was born in Pune. My grandfather had come to Mumbai. Then my Pauji came and then Daddy joined him. They started this company, Cello Plastic Industrial Works. We focused on our houseware business from 1982. I joined my father at an early age of around 18. So my father always wanted me to travel abroad when I was the age of 17. So I got some plastic samples from Europe and all, and which we made over here, and it got a super hit. So my father was a visionary where he thought that in India, if you give a right price product to the public with a good quality, will always do very well. Affordable price and a good quality was always his vision. In 82, after that, we started our houseware journey. 86, we started thermoware, insulated wares and vacuum flasks. 94, we started writing instruments. 94, again, we started one more furniture division. From there on, it graduated. The company took better and better. 2018, 17, we thought we should not be a houseware company, plastic houseware company. We wanted to be a houseware company. So we started opalware. And then now the glassware is starting. So now we are into all categories, all materials.
Pradeep didn't just bring back samples, he brought back a vision. While India was still catching up, Cello surged ahead, fusing global inspiration with Indian ingenuity. It's a story of legacy, reinvention, and relentless progress.
So whenever I used to go and shop some plastic samples, like a lunchbox or Europe and the other nations were much ahead in plasticware at that time. So India was still coming up, and because of the first mover, because nobody was that time going for sampling and all at that age, none of the plastic company, I think so, had that bandwidth also to explore that much. That gave me an advantage. After thermoware came furniture and pen. So 86 we started thermoware, 82 we got separated, we started houseware. After houseware, it was insulated ware like thermoware. From 86 till 94, we just grew both businesses, and then in 94 we started two, pen and furniture. So at 2015, when we exited fully, we thought, okay, now we need to enter into some other line, and that's the time we thought, okay, why plastic? Let us expand into all the other materials which are household related, but the material could be glass, material could be clay, material could be stainless steel. So that's why we expanded from 2016 onwards in all this field. That was the vision that glass is a segment which is for longer term. In world also, the glass opal manufacturing were only 5 countries, and India is the 6th now, and India now might be in the first 3 countries in opalware.
At every stage, in every lane Pradeep entered, success followed. Not by chasing giants, but by choosing battles wisely. It wasn't hesitation, it was calculated courage. Caution became strategy, strategy became strength, and that strength turned every move into a milestone.
Every stage, every line what we did got successful. So we didn't have a setback. That was the biggest turning point, because if you enter into any field and you're not successful, and we always were very cautious, okay, we do not enter into a field where you have big giants, because if you don't have that bandwidth, you can be crushed. So we were into a field where the players who were there were of our size.
Growth was never just about revenue. It was about protecting the core. While others chased scale, Cello mastered value with precision in cost, smart positioning and unwavering focus. Cello turned margins into momentum, a journey of growth powered by grit.
Now my major work is just to control and run the units. Cello had always a clear thinking, okay, we will grow at top line, but we have to protect our bottom line in a much better way. So if you see in any of the segments, in our segment, any of the companies, our profitability is at least 3 to 7% higher. I'm not saying we are a premium product in this segment, but by cost control or by placing the price or making a product a little better, we could manage over the last 15 years in a line which is from 1986 till 2025.
Cello is more than a household name. It's a manufacturing powerhouse, built for scale and driven by precision. Stronger, sleeker, and more affordable than melamine, plastic or steel. Opalware is their next revolution.
So last year we did around 2,000 crores of sales with a healthy bottom line net profit around 363 crores. Number of people in terms, we would be having around closely to 7,000 odd people in the organization. We have 6 locations now. So the one being the most prominent, Haridwar being the second, Chennai, Calcutta, Baddi, and now Rajasthan. Over next 2-3 years, I think so we will be doing excellent business in opalware, because opalware has the bandwidth to grow very fast. Because I think so it's the cheapest dinnerware. It's cheaper than melamine, it's cheaper than plastic ware, it's cheaper than stainless steel. So that is the cheapest dining ware you can have.
For Pradeep, giving back is not a choice. It's a legacy passed down by his father. From adopting schools and supporting animal welfare to promoting hygiene, his vision extends far beyond business.
Earlier we made a Badamia Charitable Trust. From there we used to do, before the CSR and all. His first belief was education, Jeevdaya. So 78 Gaushalas he used to send money every year. 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakhs, Jaipur food. This was one of the site. Education, wherever anybody came, we helped them. We made schools, we made colleges across. So education was the focus. Even hospital, he's donated a lot. We are still continuing. Now we made 9th February, what was his day of death. It's the day where we release everything. So we have adopted now 102 schools, girls' school, where we want to create a very good hygiene.
To Pradeep, success lies not only in what you build, but in the impact you leave behind. From driving industry innovation to championing social causes, his legacy will be defined as much by generosity as by growth.
So apart from business, this is not the holistic life, right? So our family has always been involved into social causes, philanthropy and all. So as a life, if I say, I don't just want to be known as an industry guy or... So people should, okay, you lead your life in a different way. You have your own likes and dislikes. So I think so, I should be a humble person where people think, okay, he was there into industry, successful, after that in philanthropy, in social causes, wherever we can. That's what would be a thing what I would like that people know me.
Pradeep is more than a leader. He is a trailblazer. And now, with his son at the helm, harnessing fresh thinking and next-gen technology, the legacy of Cello is set to evolve for a new India.
He is a great leader. I think above all, of course, he's done a great job at whatever he's done in terms of the products that he built, in terms of the innovation that he got into the country. Back then in the 90s when he had just started, there was not much in terms of houseware products in India. So his inspirations for, of course, from all over the world. He traveled the world, got very good products, kind of globalized it to the Indian needs. His biggest strengths, I believe, is, as leadership is, I think, key. Being a good leader, being a very humble and a very approachable leader at that. So I think anyone can walk into his office today, talk to him about anything, about their issues, about their problems. And he's a troubleshooter. So I think whenever someone comes with a problem, he goes back with a solution.
Pradeep Rathod emerged as the EY Entrepreneur of the Year 2024 winner in the consumer products and retail category.
The category is consumer products and retail.
My honor to announce someone who has really built a consumer powerhouse after using a soap case as an example in India. This entrepreneur has demonstrated what building a trusted consumer brand means in India. The winner of the Entrepreneur of the Year Consumer Products and Retail category is none other than Pradeep Rathod of Cello World.
Now from consumer products to transforming India's urban landscape, we turn to Pirojsha Godrej, Executive Chairman of Godrej Properties. With a legacy of excellence and innovation, he's driven sustainable and futuristic real estate development, infusing sustainability and strategic innovation into the foundations of urban development. Let's take a look at his story.
Born in Mumbai, Pirojsha Godrej was exposed to global perspectives from an early age. From leading Godrej Properties to guiding the broader Godrej Industries Group, he has redefined leadership, spearheading a bold restructuring and unlocking new frontiers of growth.
I grew up here in Mumbai. I was here till I was about 14. I attended school at Cathedral and John Connon. When I was 14, I left for high school in the US at a place called Phillips Academy in Andover, which is in Massachusetts. In 2017, my role shifted from a Godrej Properties focused role to a broader group role. So I took over as the chairperson of Godrej Properties, but also started joining the boards of our other businesses. And today I'm the Executive Vice Chairperson of the Godrej Industries Group, which as a group we have recently gone through a successful restructuring and created 2 new groups. So I'm the Vice Chairperson of the Godrej Industries Group. Continue to lead our Godrej Properties business as well.
Once seen as a regional player, Godrej Properties was transformed by Pirojsha's vision. Real estate was no longer local. It became national. Today, their largest market lies not in Mumbai, but in the national capital region. A quiet revolution built on strategy.
Idea for starting Godrej Properties came because the Godrej Group had a large land bank here in Vikhroli, and my father felt that it would be a good idea to start understanding real estate development in preparation for the development of that land piece. What actually ended up happening then though was that we built a large external focused development business. Step by step, we did an IPO for the business in 2010, which was an important milestone, gave the company the capital it needed to fund its growth. We were also quite clear at an early stage that while real estate tended to be a very local business where you had developers that were very strong in their home markets but were unable to move beyond that, we felt the Godrej brand and our understanding of setting up management teams would give us a good opportunity to make this the first national real estate developer in the country. In fact, our biggest market over the last couple of years has not been our home market of Mumbai, but rather has been NCR, with Mumbai right behind that. So I think, you know, this idea of taking the Godrej brand to a national level, making sure that we have very strong teams delivering on the ground in each of these geographies, I think has allowed us to establish a strong national presence at this stage.
He challenged the status quo. True growth doesn't lie in one individual, but in collective strength. By empowering regional leadership, he ensured Godrej Properties stayed agile, responsive, and ready for every opportunity.
One of the key areas of focus for us has always been to build strong management teams. It's a sector that I think typically is very, very reliant on the promoter and the individual themselves driving almost all aspects of the operations of the business. And our view was that that is not a very scalable model. So we were quite clear that, if say every decision about every project is coming to me, clearly that is not something that we can do when we're doing, as we are today, 100 projects simultaneously. So I think building clarity amongst what is expected from the management team, building separate management teams in each of the geographies we operate in so that we are agile and able to be quite responsive and quick.
Real scale isn't built in boardrooms, it's built on the ground. By placing trust in local teams and creating independent regional CEOs, Godrej became a network of empowered leaders united by a single vision.
Today, if you look at it, most big developers would generate far above 50% of their sales from their home market, whereas for Godrej Properties, that number would only be about 20%. So I think that gives you a lot of opportunities to tap new markets, to expand your total addressable market, also gives you better risk mitigation. Also the only company that has built very, very strong teams in each of these areas that we operate in. So we have individual CEOs for our business in the north, in Mumbai, in what we call the west and east zone, which includes Pune, Ahmedabad, Kolkata, and the south, which includes, of course, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai. Idea of having regional management teams. So because we realized that to be able to scale in this business, you need to have very strong local capabilities. You can't have decision making flowing up to a head office. So we built quite painstakingly very strong capabilities and individual CEOs and leadership teams in each of the markets that we operate in.
From a landmark IPO to being ranked as the world's #1 ESG-rated real estate developer, Godrej Properties is rewriting the rules of the game. Rooted in legacy, driven by innovation, and designed for the future.
The IPO itself, I think, was a big milestone for us in 2010. I think it signified our intent to really grow this business and make it a core part of the Godrej Group. Post the IPO, we've gradually scaled, entered the top 10, entered the top 5, and over the last couple of years have been the largest developer in the country. 2010, GPL made a commitment that 100% of its developments would be third-party certified green buildings. We were very proud that from 2021 to 23, 3 years consecutively, we were ranked the #1 global player by a global agency called GRESB that looks at social governance and environmental stewardship for real estate entities globally, and we were ranked on this as the #1 global residential player, which was something we're very proud of. So I think also the Godrej Group's reputation for trust, good governance has helped us a great deal.
With over 100 active projects across the country, Pirojsha's mission remains steadfast to lead India's residential real estate market. Where others see buildings, he sees opportunity, guided by purpose, powered by performance.
We currently today at Godrej Properties have over 250 million square feet to develop. We have about 4,000 team members at Godrej Properties, more than 25,000 construction workers working at our sites today. We did about 28,800 crore of sales last year, which was 40% higher than the next highest real estate developer. This is for calendar year 2024. We're operating currently somewhere between 80 and 100 real estate projects in different parts of the country, and at different stages of their development. But I would still say that the intentional focus of the business has been to be a clear leader in the residential space, and we continue to believe that's the largest part of the real estate market, the most lucrative part of the market, and the place where the Godrej brand and our capabilities work best.
In real estate, trust is everything. Pirojsha implemented a bold initiative, gathering unfiltered customer feedback, not just for reassurance, but for reform, listening, learning, and growing every step of the way.
One of the tools we've found quite helpful to us as we do this is to make sure that we're getting direct feedback from our customers. So we've implemented the Net Promoter Score system where we get direct ratings from our customers across all our projects. Last year, I think we got more than 15,000 such ratings from customers, and this helps us directly hear from them what we're doing well, what is not working, what we need to fix.
A legacy 127 years strong and still evolving. For Pirojsha, the mission is clear. Stay relevant, lead with empathy, and drive India's growth with integrity.
An entrepreneur, obviously you have to work hard, deliver your own part of the puzzle in as effective manner as you can. But I think it's sometimes easy to give too much importance to kind of individual impact and what you can do as one person. And I think really successful outcomes are generated by strong teams. And I think one of the things that has been a huge focus is to try and surround myself with the best possible talent from within the industry, attract new people to the industry, and empower them to give their best. As the Godrej Group, we've always stood for the development of the country. We have a 127-year track record in India now. And we want to make sure that we continue to remain relevant, we continue to do our part to ensure India develops both rapidly and with the right values.
For Pirojsha, transformation goes beyond balance sheets. It's about reshaping the future with intellect, empathy, and decisive leadership. His story is one of purpose at work and at home.
Most of Godrej Properties' success is because of his leadership. I think when he joined the business, it was a very small business for the group, not doing very well financially. And I think, over the last couple of decades, this massive growth that we've seen, the success of the company, I would sort of attribute fully to him. His leadership choices. Is one of the people with the highest combination of IQ and EQ that I know, and that's a pretty rare combination to find. He's very rooted in this idea that the Godrej brand and values have to carry on for 100 years, and that's most important. But his decision-making ability is very, very quick.
Pirojsha Godrej was honoured as the EY Entrepreneur of the Year 2024 in the category of Energy, Real Estate and Infrastructure.
Now, our next award recognizes entrepreneurs who built the very landscape of our nation, making it better not just for us, but also for the future generations to come. The category is Energy, Real Estate and Infrastructure.
Through a robust real estate portfolio, he has created a nationwide footprint across different formats and now aims to become one of the top sustainable real estate companies in the country. It is my pleasure to announce the winner of the EOY Energy, Real Estate and Infrastructure category is Pirojsha Godrej of Godrej Properties.
From someone who is redrawing the real estate industry, we now move to a leader whose contributions in healthcare have made a tangible impact on millions of lives. Himanshu Baid, the Managing Director of Poly Medicure, has led advancements in medical devices and healthcare solutions, improving accessibility and affordability in India and beyond. Here's his inspiring journey.
Born in Jodhpur and raised in a joint family business, Himanshu Baid's journey began not in boardrooms, but amidst tradition, The turning point? A vision from his father to reimagine healthcare. That idea became PolyMed.
I was born in Jodhpur, moved to Hyderabad in my initial years, my first 2-3 years, that's what I remember, and then moved to Jaipur eventually. And then my dad joined the family business. And my upbringing was in a large family business, which is run by a joint family. So a lot of learning from my dad, I would say. That was my initial mentoring years. Joined the family business right day after I completed my education. But the most important thing was that, everybody was looking up to me. Because there was a huge gap between me and my cousins, around 10 years gap. So there's no new family member who joined the family business. What I realized at the end that I was not doing anything new. I was only doing some things what people were already doing. And my dad always was an entrepreneur. So he always started a lot of new businesses in the family. And this business idea about PolyMed came from him.
The road ahead was anything but smooth. Rejections followed. But each setback became a stepping stone. With borrowed funds and bold belief, Himanshu built something enduring. From survival to scale, from legacy to leadership.
Initial years when we started, there was no capital, went to banks, no guarantee to offer. So borrowed money from friends and family, around 30% plus at that time. And also, went to some banks, institutions which lent us money at 21% at that time. And as we had no capital of our own, we had to do a small IPO at that time in 96, 97. Hardly got subscribed. 25% of the IPO got subscribed. At that time, we just raised 58 lakhs from the IPO. It was a struggle to make these products. We failed and failed and failed always, first few years. Couldn't make the right products, right quality. But then there's always a learning. Went to hospitals, met doctors, met a lot of people in this journey. It took help of some consultants. And I think really the first 3-4 years, 97 to 2000 was a tough period for us. 1999 is the first year we started some exports. And I think really from 2000 where things started taking off.
PolyMed's journey isn't just about making medical devices. It's about rewriting the future of healthcare. With R&D at its core and the next generation stepping in, it's now a story of continuity and transformation.
There were different milestones which came in our way. 2003, we started a company in Egypt, a joint venture. When we started with things, with intuition, intuition, we had intuition, we want to make this product, we did that. But the new generation, they work on data. They work a lot on science. They apply a lot of tools in finalizing things which they want to do. So integrating that part in the company was also very difficult initially, but I think we have done it very well. Very proud of what the next generation is doing in the company. And this is a med tech industry. We call it technology, med device technology. So a lot of focus now is on technology and building the future generation devices. A lot of focus is on R&D. And I think the next gen is contributing a lot to that thought process.
While patients endured pain, Himanshu spotted a gap and dared to bridge it, starting with IV catheters, then moving beyond. Quality turned heads. Trust followed. India was ready for world-class med tech, born at home.
We started with the IV catheters, and today if you look at that product line, we're the third largest in the world, and we cater to 10% of the global. So every 10th person getting pricked in the world is using our IV catheter. When we looked at hospitals, what they were using actually. So they were using imported devices being manufactured in Sweden or US or in Germany. And we saw that these products are very expensive. Hospitals were not able, but they were still using needles, butterflies, which were painful to the patients, and IV catheter actually were painless. So I think that gave us an idea that let's do this product. We got a lot of rejection because of that. But gradually, once the product speaks, when the performance is there, quality is there, that's where we started, getting more and more people using the product. We started delving into new technologies, whether in transfusion or in critical care or renal dialysis. And recently we have started cardiology in critical care.
Then came the defining moments. A call from the chairman, a conversation with a trusted banker. These moments shaped a new mindset, from founder-led to future-focused, empowering people, delegating capital, and evolving strategy.
Turning point is 2017, one of the board meetings I remember, me and Rishi were called and by the chairman. He said, okay, I know you've done good, but you're not doing great. And you're doing too many things on your own and you need to delegate. And suddenly there was a shock that we have to delegate. Normally, being first generation entrepreneurs, we want to do everything on our, with our own hands, take all the possible decisions in the organization. I think that was a big jolt we got from the chairman. And I think from there we started hiring professionals. And I still recall, getting a call from one of the bankers, one of very close friends who was part of the industry. He said, I need to get on a call with you for 2 hours. I said, oh, I think it's a waste of time. But I said, okay, let's do it on Saturday. I think that call was a game-changing call. And he simulated our data. He helped me to make a 10-year vision, future vision. And he said, okay, now to implement this, you need capital, you need people, you need to think broader, invest in new categories. And I think that 2020 end October was a huge impact, which made a huge impact.
Today, Polymed stands at the cusp of global expansion. The goal? Penetrate the world's top 20 markets with in-house teams and a singular promise: world-class care delivered everywhere.
Currently, Polymed has 12 manufacturing facilities. So 9 are in India, 3 are outside India. One is in China, we established in 2008. Egypt joint venture came in 2003. Then we acquired a factory in Italy in 2019. Currently, we are building 3 new facilities and we are going to invest another 500 crores in these 3 new facilities. We are closing around 200 million revenue with around 200 plus products. The future will be linked to full therapeutic experience for a user. So can we give him full, like a bouquet of products over that therapy? So complete the whole basket rather than doing few products. Our plan is to go in top 20 markets, deep dive there, have our own team there, own clinic, have our own nurses, doctors to push our products. So that's what we want to build over the next 4 or 5 years. I always tell my people, machines are blind. They don't know what they are manufacturing. So wherever the product is going, it should be the same quality, whether it's used in India, used in Africa, US, Europe, everywhere. It has to be same quality. Again, the product is used on a human. And every product we make is used in saving life.
India's medtech revolution is just beginning, and Polymed is at the forefront. Armed with innovation, experience, and ambition, the company is poised to lead a healthcare transformation in the decades to come.
Growth opportunity in medical device industry is infinite. Because when we look at our peer group, let's say one of the largest companies in the US, the revenue is $21 billion. We are 200 million. So we are 1% of a peer in the US. So you can understand the room available for a company like Polymed to grow in next 5, 10, 15 years. India, I think, is at a cusp where our manufacturing costs are lowest in the world. And in terms of technology, I think we're bridging the gap very fast, whether it's hardware or software. So I think all that combined cost of manpower is cheapest in the world. So all that, if we see combined together, the resources, soft resources, hard resources, material availability, I think this industry will do well in next 10, 15, 20 years, because this is the need which nobody can ignore. And with non-communicable diseases growing so fast, whether it's cardiac issues, oncology, renal issues, or diabetes, all these are non-communicable diseases. 70%, 60% hospital admissions are around that area. So we are focusing in that area very strongly.
Himanshu dreams of positioning Polymed among the world's most respected medtech providers. Products made in India, not just accepted globally, but celebrated for their quality.
Legacy is to make Polymed as one of the finest companies in the world in our field, whether it's vascular access, infusion, renal. So at least people should say that Make in India products are also the best quality product. So I want to make country proud, India proud. By today, India is known as pharmacy of the world. So why can't we be known as a medical device hub of the world?
Customer satisfaction, product excellence, and a legacy built on passion and purpose. Himanshu's story is more than just business. It's about impact on an industry, on a nation, and on generations to come.
Ever since the first order started coming in, he always had this passion to close the deal on the table, and very quickly. So he always makes sure that the person who's across the table always ends up happier and a winner whenever he shakes hand or whenever the deal is closed. And this has been his attitude, and which has really helped the company grow. He's very passionate about new products, so he has to be involved before the final release of the new products into the market. It has to grow his table. Then customer focus means it's just amazing how he cares about the customers and even the stakeholders. About the new products or about the products and the quality, he's very sensitive. So one thing that he has focused and led from the front is that the quality has to be world class. No compromise on the quality. You destroy the goods if they are not up to mark, but don't send out bad products in the market.
Himanshu Baid was recognized as the EY Entrepreneur of the Year 2024 in the Life Sciences and Healthcare category.
Our next category of awards is more than just an award. It is a salute to the entrepreneurs who take care of the most precious thing we own, human life. And the category is Life Sciences and Healthcare.
The winner in this category has led his family's niche manufacturing business into a comprehensive healthcare solution provider. He has a distinction of leading the company to become the largest Indian medical consumable exporter from India. The winner of the Entrepreneur of the Year, Life Sciences and Healthcare category is Himanshu Baid of Poly Medicure.
Well, that was the story of a man who's revolutionizing healthcare. And with that, we come to the close of our series, Shapers of India's Future, where we brought to you the entrepreneurial journey of visionary leaders and winners of the EY Entrepreneur of the Year 2024 India Awards. From all of us here, thanks very much for watching.
Presenting the 26th EY Entrepreneur of the Year Awards, Shapers of India's Future.